What's up, everybody? It's Chris. It's Team Dewifed Fishing. On my way to another fish pickup at Jones Fish here in town. This time I went with 50 bluegill in the 4 to 6 inch range. So went with a larger size. Obviously the 4 to 6 inch range, at that size and that age, they are already pretty much mature, spawning, ready fish. So gonna go grab these and head to the pond. I will not film car side this time like I did the first time I went to Jones. You guys saw how that operation works. So I'll fire back up when I get out to the pond with the fish and film me putting in there. And I also have my latest DIY structure creation with me. We'll throw that in the pond while we're out there releasing the fish as well. So I'll be back with you guys 20-30 minutes. All right, everybody, I'm back out here at the house pond. The guys at Jones recommended to float these fish for 5 to 10 minutes to acclimate them. So that's what I'm going to do right here and just kind of sit by so these don't float out into the pond. The sound you hear behind me, they're actually drywalling my house today. That's shocking that they're, but not shocking that they're working on a Saturday. So, looks like my house will be mostly or all drywalled today. Keep these fish from floating away. Pond is still murky. The fish want to go. They said 5 to 10 minutes. I'll give them 5. So I won't be able to see these fish for long once I cut them loose. All right, so I'm gonna stop this camera and I'll be back with you when the timer goes off in 5. All right, so I've got about 1.5 minutes of the 5 minutes left. So let me get these up here. Try to hoist it up. So as you guys can see, these fish are substantially bigger than the first batch that I put in here at the 4 to 6 inch size. So let's get the rubber band popped off of this thing. And let's get these fish in the water. It's on there. There we go. All right. Get out the keys like I did last time. Take out this over bag. Move these out of the way. And there they go. All right, let's repeat the process on this bag. Wish the water would have been a little bit more clear so you could have seen the release, but there's none floating. There's one that looks like he's struggling a little. Oh, there it went. There's a second one that's All right, so here's the second bag. I'm gonna step a little bit to the left so I get that silt in the first bag and not in the frame. So there you can see them. A lot of them go right up. There they are. All right, so that bag, they all went right away. Let me step back over here to where I released the first one. I've got one. Looked like it was being a little sluggish. All right, it finally moved on. And like I said, none from the second bag, so looks good. And right out there is the honey hole shrub and the one structure. So hopefully they went right to that and are holed up on it. All right, I'm gonna stop the camera while I go get the new structure I made, which is a knockoff of a product. I'll talk about that when I get back to the car, or when I get back from the car. Throw these bags away. All right, back down pond side. So let me kind of show you what I got here. So inspired by the Moss King spawning pad, or the Mossback fish habitat, I combined Mossback and Pond King. Inspired by the Mossback fish habitat spawning pad, I came up with this. It's got a pan at the bottom that I will fill with pea gravel, and it's got vertical structure and limbs. You know, they want $109 or $119 for theirs. I made this for about $28, and I've got enough of the 4-inch corrugated, that vertical piece there, to make 4 more. I would have to buy more of this piece, the tray, and then I used 1 stick of PVC to get the branches on this one. I would go ahead and buy another roll, 100-foot roll of that poly pipe like you saw me use on my structures that are already in the pond, to make it to get more mileage out of it and keep the cost down. But again, for 50 bucks to have enough to build this one and several more, obviously a little bit more economical than $119 or $109 for one. I'm hoping that once this gets in the water, that the water will help it stand up a little bit better. That's, as you can see here, but it also is on a hill. It's trying to lean. Maybe this water will suspend it. The guy from Jones, when I just went and picked up the fish, when I opened the door of the car for them to put the fish in, he saw this and he was like, man, that's a great structure. So I'm gonna kick off my shoes and socks, and I'll float this bucket of pea gravel, and we'll put this out here in the water. So let's get these shoes off real quick. So I will float the bucket of gravel with me. Make sure there's nothing in my pockets. Float the bucket of gravel with me while I walk this out, and then when I get it to where I want it, I'll sink it and I'll put the gravel in. I'm trying to see if I can see where the structures are. I wish I could really see where everything was, but the water is so murky. All right, there's the one DIY. There's the other DIY. And in the middle is the root wad. So that is the left DIY right there. So I'm gonna take this straight out from where I'm at, sink it, and put this gravel in. Ooh, the water temperature dropped dramatically. Just want to sink or just want to float? deep enough. I'm getting wet. Didn't really want to get my clothes wet. All right, that thing is filling up. I've got to be... God, I really did not want to get my clothes wet. I don't have a change of clothes. And I'm also in a little bit deeper water than I'd rather put this. All right, right there. I'm gonna roll with that. I'll come back when the water is more clear, and if I have to wade out and disperse the gravel, I will do so. All right. So there's really nothing for you to see, but successful release of the fish, successful placement of the spawning pad. Dump some gravel in there. Don't know how it landed on the base. I can't really see. So for now, that's gonna do it. Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you hit that like button. Leave me some comments, some feedback. If you've had any ideas for DIY structure, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Till next time, it's Chris. It's Team Dewifed Fishing. Have a good one.